How do you choose your expert partners for success? Let's find out. Hi, health professionals. Doug Grant here. Welcome to Holistic Professional Success. And today, as we mentioned, we're going to go through how to determine the experts that you need to align with in order to have ultimate success in your clinic. Because remember, the goal here is to be able to be an expert in many things without spending the time to be an expert in many things. And the only way to make that happen is to align yourself with experts in other fields and create a mastermind group so that you're able to focus in on what you do best, but be able to rely on the experts in other areas to help you to be holistic to your patients, to be able to be successful in your clinic. And there's an actual system that you can follow that's actually pretty simple, but if you really commit to this system and stick with it, your success and your branding and who you are and the legendary status of you being a holistic health professional just shoots up, and you'll be so excited about the changes that will happen and the branding that happens quickly in your clinic and in your area that you reside and you practice in. So let's get right to it and understand a little bit of what I'm talking about. So one of the key components of ultimate success is to be able to align yourselves with those that are experts in their field, so that you don't have to spend the time, as I mentioned. And so that system of how to do that is what this podcast, Pod 3, is about today. So why do we want to do this? The only way to be holistic is to truly have experts in the different areas that provide systems to you so that you can, when you recommend something that's not your expertise, let's say it's exercise or exercise rehab, that you can just grab that information from your expert and be able to apply it quickly with your patients. That's really the key, is one of the examples that you want to have. So choose your expert partners. How are we going to go about doing that? And the way to do it is, for those of you that have followed us on Pod 1 and Pod 2, is to create a mastermind group. I refer back to the original book that every one that comes out with a new book on marketing or on mindset or on goal setting, really, they all refer back to this one, and it was the original Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And when I read that book, I really took it to heart, and it made the biggest difference in the world over the last 30 years. And we've created a system within that to help you. Now, in the book, it talks about the mastermind group being the key to success, and that is very true. And so we're going to help you with that mastermind group of being able to find the experts that will help you be holistic in your clinic and be able to scale at the level you need to be very successful. So for example, let's talk about my mastermind group. My mastermind group, I knew it was going to be in the health field, that I was going to assemble this team. And so I went out and I found the world's leading authority on enzymes. It was Dr. Edward Howell. He had just passed away, so it was Stan Bynum, an organic biochemist that I befriended, and he became a part of my mastermind group. So any questions I had on digestion, on enzymes and delivery, on being able to pre-digest nutrients and everything, went to him, and he is able to provide me with those tools so I could quickly apply them. Probiotics, Dr. Kim Shahani, world's leading authority, the most peer-reviewed studies ever published in probiotics. Vitamins and minerals, and the mineral side, Dr. Harvey Ashmead, more patents than any person in the health field, nutrition field, especially in vitamins and minerals, on organic chelated minerals. So I sought him out. Training exercise, I had the opportunity to work with many professional teams, and so I had the access to the top trainers, two of the only trainers that have ever been inducted in the Hall of Fame as far as exercise rehab in that, Mike Brungard and Bill Ferran from the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs. So they were my mastermind group in the exercise and the rehab area, the mindset area. Focus on that. We'll talk about that with systems, with finance. I had mentors in each of those areas, so I don't have to be experts in them, and I could rely on them. And so what we want to do is help create that mastermind group for you. So to be a holistic health professional, there are specific people that you're going to want to align with in different areas to be able to create that team so that you're able to reach out and get the help and the systems from them. And I want to guide you through that today so that by the end of this podcast, you'll be able to lay it out, go after that team, and be able to assemble it so that you can be truly holistic and an expert in everything without being an expert in everything. Okay? So let's go through it. So get a piece of paper out if you would. Write this down, very important. Write Mastermind Group 4, write your name and your clinic on it. And we start off at the top. The first thing is your specialty technique. Your specialty technique. And what I mean by your specialty technique is that, let's say you're a chiropractor, so adjustments and worrying about the spine. So even though that's what you went to school for, you'll want to still have a mentor in that area. Maybe it's one of the teachers from school. Maybe it was someone that you were with that you met at a conference. It was really had some beautiful techniques with this that you were able to work with, and that could be a mentor to you just to keep you up to speed in your specialty. The next one is your mindset group. So with mindset, what we mean by that is that the group or the person, that you would find that helps you with the mental aspect of what you're going to help with your patients. One of the people that you can choose from that, for example, it might even be a motivational person like Darren Hardy or Tony Robbins, or specialty to your clinic might be someone on the lines of Dr. Patrick Porter, who does brain tap, that you can actually bring his tools into your clinic to help your patients. We have many doctors across the nation that use Dr. Porter's work because he's specific to holistic health professionals. So that would be the mindset side, whether it's Dr. Porter or someone in that world that you would rely on to give you the help with patients to be able to help them, that they're maybe have trouble mentally sticking with things, or whatever it might be on that side of it. Then your next mentor you want to find is on the nutrition side. And we are the mentor to thousands of doctors around the nation, whether it's us or someone else. The nutrition side is critical. So you want to find that group or that person. For example, on the nutrition side, you're going to want to make sure that it's someone that can provide you with tools to be able to help you in your clinic. In other words, you have patients have diabetes, they have cancer, they have all these things. What's the nutrition protocol for them? You have patients wanting to lose weight. What's the nutrition protocol for them? People that are wanting to gain muscle. You want people in your office that are just wanting to boost their immunity. Can you go to someone and say, here, I need a nutrition plan, or I need guidelines for these different conditions in my clinic? And that's the expertise that you're looking for in the area of nutrition. The next area is going to be exercise. Where can you go to say, hey, I need exercise protocols, rehab techniques, whatever it might be, to be able to help in this area, and be able to simply say, look, here, I align with this expert in exercise physiology or this group, and they supply these tools for us. And we do that for a lot of doctors. I recommend with that, you also have someone that you can call on specialty situations for exercise rehab, for what exercises to do if they have a L4, L5 disc, that's aligned to the right side, or whatever it might be. What protocols can we still put in place? So you have that expert you can jump to. And again, hopefully it's someone that can give you simply, here's a program, here's the exercises to do. The next area is supplementation. Again, that's the area that we probably are the most known for, to be the experts on the mastermind teams of each of the doctors in the clinics. But make sure that with the supplementation group that it's very important that you be able to know who the formulators are, that you can talk to the formulators, that they align with your principles, whether it be whole food or not. I'm going to suggest that it's whole food that you deal with, and respect nature, that you don't use synthetics when it comes to supplementation. And they have specific protocols that you can ask about for conditions. If your patient has diabetes, or they might have heart disease or arthritis, whatever it might be, that you're able to immediately get the protocols without you having to do all the research and say, okay, we got to worry about something with the prostaglandins and what nutrients are with that, and you look it up. That you just go to someone that has that can supply the materials for not just you, but for your patients, along with the products. And that's what OHS does. But whether you pick us or someone, make sure you align with someone that, again, you can actually speak to the formulators. You want to make sure that even if you don't speak to them all the time, you have that ability so that you're able to say, hey, I've aligned myself with, and my expert in the supplementation world is XYZ. It's Doug Grant, it's Optimal Health, Dr. Brimhall, whatever it is. And I have access to them So that any help you need patient, I'm with the world's leading experts in that. They're on my team. Now, the next area a lot of people don't think about when they talk about their mastermind group, and that's the area of finance. You want to make sure that you have a finance expert for you, even if it's someone as simple as like a Dave Ramsey or something, that the finance expert is someone that just helps you with keeping track of and your goals with your finances, or it's someone a little bit more specific on accounting and that within your clinic itself. But you need an expert. And a lot of times your expert there could just be a CPA that gives you ideas and programs for it. And there's also groups that help with that, like I mentioned with Ramsey and a few of the others. The other area is marketing. Now, this is a big area that you want to have part of your mastermind group that I was lacking on for years, and realized that it's just as critical as the other areas that you can connect with and you define yourself within a specific marketing group or protocol. That's one area that we've invested a tremendous amount of time, a tremendous amount of money. We've allocated resources there so that we can help doctors that want us to be the marketing experts for them to be that. And you're going to see a lot of tools rolling out here on just teaching you how to quickly set up your marketing so that you're doing it, but you can do it quickly without spending a lot of time. Same thing with the nutrition, the exercise, the supplementation. You want to be able to spend some time hands-on, but very little. And we're rolling out programs for you to be able to do that so we can be your marketing expert. There's more to come with that. So we're very, very excited about it. So you should have your piece of paper out, your mastermind group, and you have listed mindset, nutrition, exercise, supplementation, finance, marketing, each of those areas. And next to it, if you don't have one person specific or group, put a few options there for you. But you want to fill this page out. This is critical to be able to assemble that group. And that's what I did to start off with, is I created this mastermind group. And there's only a few of the areas that there were multiple people or choices in case I couldn't find one. But I got very blessed and lucky because I was able to go after and get the ones that I wanted and be able to be on that group for me. So you create your list with the dream team names, and you want to be able to go after this list, these people or these groups with relentless passion. And that's really the key, doctors. If I can share anything with you as you create your mastermind group, is that people want to help people that are passionate. Think about it. If you have someone come in and says, man, I will do anything it takes to be able to lose this weight or to get rid of this pain, and just tell me, and I'm committed, I'm passionate about it. You love those patients, right? Or you love people or staff members of that way that are just passionate, and you know whatever you share with them, they're going to follow. And that passion is what mentors look for, because they don't have a lot of time, and they want to know if they're spending time with you that you're going to really be a sponge and grasp onto it. So that passion, that relentless passion is critical. So for my team, I went out and I was on fire, and I'm like, I want to be the world's leading authority in nutrition. And I told them my goals and my mission. And I'm going to give you one example. I went after one who was the world's leading authority in probiotics. His name was Kim Shahani. And Kim Shahani lived in Nebraska. He taught at the University of Nebraska. And I couldn't get hold of him. And so I saved my money, wasn't making much at the time, bought a plane ticket, flew out to Lincoln, Nebraska, found out where he lived, and did a little bit of investigating, went and knocked on his door. And his wife came to the door, and I announced who I was. I said I'd sent some letters, been trying to get hold of him, but I came out from Arizona to Lincoln, Nebraska, and would like to talk to Dr. Kim Shahani and ask him to be my mentor. And she looked at me strange, and she's like, you came here from Arizona? And I'm like, yeah. And so she went and got him. He was home, and he came to the door, and I told him, and I just laid it out right behind the screen door. And I said, I'd like you to be my mentor. And what that means is I'd like to be able to have access to you to ask you questions on your expertise. You're the world's leading authority, and I would love to have that information to be able to share with the people I'm going to be working with. And I don't want anyone else. I want you. And he opened the screen door, invited me in for dinner, and we became best friends. And the rest was history. And over the years, we were able to develop products and some patents even through him that have helped millions of people. And because of that passion, and he had always referred to that. He says, "There's no way I would have let you in. There's no way I would have taken you on. You weren't one of the students in the college or anything, unless you had that passion that I saw. If you didn't have that passion, I wouldn't have done it. So that's one of the key things. And with my mentor group, I kept them for life. In other words, some of them have passed away now, like Dr. Shahani and a few others. And so after that, they passed on, and I've chosen my mentors since him in that area and that. But this group was with me, and I stuck with them for over 30 years, and I'm still with them, even if it's been passed on. The mantle's been passed on to different people from them, and that's the key. So I stayed steady and consistent and had expertise in each area for years after years after years. So what do you do with this expert group once you have them? You meet with them monthly. And now it's easier than ever. You can quickly go on Zoom calls. And if some of you weren't used to that, you probably are now through the situation with going on with the lockdown or the quarantine. But you just find ways to quickly communicate with them, FaceTime, whatever it might be, and be able to send emails and ask them questions. But you communicate with them to be able to help you be an expert in all things without being an expert in all things. So I was specific with my goals. And so the other thing I want you to do on your paper is to write down what your goals are, because you can't be passionate with this mentor group, your mastermind group you're assembling, unless you have a clear vision. So you write it down. What I did is I said, look, here are my goals. I'm going to help health professionals be holistic with their patients and help them heal 2 times faster and build tremendous residual income without MLM. And nothing against multi-level marketing, but at the time I was real committed to help doctors, and still am, be able to have a source to be able to help build residual income. In other words, a large amount of income coming in every month without having to work with your patients. In other words, you have your patients you already worked with, or possible patients that you have this second digital, if you would, patient base that you market to, that you are able to work with and educate and prescribe nutrition to, that purchase supplements and programs from you that you might not see anymore. They're old patients or you never see, and you have that income coming in monthly. And that was a big part of my goal, because I wanted doctors to be able to retire as doctors, and many couldn't because they could only receive income when they were practicing. So that was a part of my goal. My second goal was to help people in good or great health be like the athletes and people in fitness and get to the next level. And in other words, if you're already good or great, how do you get to the next level? People that have good, consistent habits, they might not be an athlete, but they really want to take it up. And I wanted to help that group of people too. And that's what led me into being the first nutritionist hired by an NBA team ever. Working with the Olympic athletes and things is because I had that commitment. And my mentor group, this mastermind group, helped me to be able to say, well, hey, here's some areas, some little tweaks you can do with people that are already in great shape or these athletes to get to the next level. So it was to help doctors with patients heal faster and to build residual in the clinic, and then also help this elite group. And the reason I love the elite group, and that's what I do now as a hobby, is because I love people that are passionate. I love people that say, man, I'm committed, I'm here, I'm doing this, I want just that extra. And they're willing to do whatever it takes. And I love that, because I love helping them do whatever it takes without the use of steroids and synthetics and chemicals, but to do it naturally, because there's always tweaks you can do naturally to get another level of performance. So that was one of the things that I shared with them was my goal. And so they can say, oh, that's a great goal. I can get behind that. I'll be helping with that if I'm your mentor. And so they get on board. So you assembled that mastermind group. And doctors, this is one of the key components that if you follow, I promise you that it will immediately help with your ability to be recognized as an expert. It'll help you be holistic in all that you do. I know most professionals think they're holistic, but if you ask them what are they doing with their patients when it comes to exercise or nutrition plans or nutritional supplementation or the mindset, they'll be like, well, I just tell them, to eat healthy or do whatever. Well, that's not being holistic. Other doctors and people tell people to eat healthy. Parents tell you to eat healthy, whatever it might be. That doesn't count. I'm talking about actual programs to be holistic, that you are able to lay out things for patients to do in each area of health so that they can reach optimal health. And if you assemble your mastermind group, follow the steps that we laid out today, and go after them with that relentless passion, you're going to find that life changes as you know it. That now you'll have access to the systems to help your patients in each area, and you speak it to them. That you are an expert in what you do, and you've aligned yourself with the best experts in the world in these other areas, and they can count on you for any of these areas as far as health is concerned, to come to you for nutrition, to come to you for exercise, whatever it might be. and you'll be known for that. It's an amazing thing that happens as you assemble this mastermind group. It'll help you succeed of your stairway to health for yourself and for your patients. So assemble that mastermind group today. Please email us and let us know that you're doing that and how it's going, and we'd love to help you through that process. Have a great day.